All right, so I have a question for you. If a bird shat on your head, would you get some tissue and rub it in your hair and rub it in? Or would you get some water? I'm going somewhere with this. Get some water and wash it out properly. I'm going to guess it's option two. And that is the premise for the brand that I want to show you today. That is an absolutely incredible brand. I love this brand. I've known about them for a while. Let me share my screen and reveal them. They are a seven-figure a month brand on Amazon alone, but they are much, much bigger than that. They are multi eight figures per year across Amazon, D2C, TikTok, everywhere and anywhere, and also in numerous countries as well. However, I was looking through the Amazon pages and they are actually dropping the ball in a few places. So they could tighten it up, actually make a bit more money. So let me show you the brand. This is Tushy. Hello, Tushy. And the question that I asked you at the start of there is from this video, which has 1.9 million views. And it says, if a bird pooped on you, you would wash it off with water. So then why are we okay with smearing literal poop around our cracks with a thin piece of paper and calling it clean? And honestly, I completely agree. If you know me, you may be watching this, you know that I've been banging this drum for a while. If you travel to Southeast Asia, like a lot of us do, they have these things, bum guns, game changer. Look, I'm not going to get into much more detail, but this is better than what people traditionally do in the UK and the US. And this was the premise for this brand they built. And this brand is incredible, right? They poke fun at something that people don't like to talk about, but they made it funny, made a really kind of cute and fun brand around it. And they are making a shitload of money, an absolute shitload. Look, imagine growing up and saying, I want to be a model, and then you end up being a shit model like this, literally. So I'm going to show you the brand. I'm going to show you what they do and why this is so clever, and then what you can learn from it, right? What you can take from this and apply it to your own brand. So looking at let's look at some numbers to begin with. Their products. Let me dive into the product. So the Tushy Classic 3.0, right? They're onto version 3. You can see here, first thing that stands out, look at this price point, $120. Now, on this channel recently, we've been speaking a lot about subscription-based products, which is one way you can go. And we really like it, right? Consumable products that people buy again and again and again. You get a huge LTV on the customer. It's a great system to apply to your e-commerce business a great model rather, because of what I said there. The LTV is huge. If you aren't going to do that, the other way to win in e-commerce is to sell something that's fairly simple. And this is like not actually an electric, this is a hard bit of hardware component, but there's no electricity put in there. Like it's fairly simple attachment. You can do it to your toilet in like 5 minutes. Sell it for a load of money, right? Sell it for $120. And there are other companies who sell similar products to this. They can't compete on this price because the branding is so strong. So these guys are going to have an amazing margin profile. If we scroll down here, look, we can see their all-time BSR. Since they launched, it's only back in 2021, this particular ASIN. Look, it's a consistently super low, super low, super low. So they probably had a few stock outs, but generally, look, they're going as low here as, wow, BSR of 105 there. Absolutely incredible. When is that? During the height of summer. Guess that kind of makes sense. So let's look down at their A+ content. So look, get cleaner, wash your booty with our best-selling B-Days. 100K 5-star reviews, a huge social proof. 2 million butts love the Tushy B-Day. This is look, huge social proof again. Why CNN? They made this very fun. It's super clean. It's really easy to understand exactly what this product does. And if we go back up to the top, what I did notice, to be honest, was this actually is against terms of service. I'm not trying to grass anyone in, but they haven't got a white background like you're meant to have. I don't actually think that's a very good hero image, if I'm being honest. This is okay. Obviously, just pulled these from the website. It looks great on the website because it's all in the form and the theme of the site. So this looks really cool, right, with all the colors. It matches the color, the tone of the website is nice. It's very formatted and uniform on this site. But what some brands do quite often when they've had a lot of success D2C, they go onto Amazon, they either outsource it to an agency. I very much doubt they've got an in-house person managing this account, which honestly, maybe they should be. And if you're watching this, Tushy, and you own this, like, do a better job here. Like, you can make Amazon specific content that actually looks a bit better. And it's okay, right? I'm not saying this is bad or anything, but it could be better. It could be optimized for Amazon. And look, that being said, if we hit X-ray, so this tool, Helium 10, X-ray can get a discount to Helium 10 from down below. This tool allows us to spy on brands, right? We can see what they're doing. And this listing alone, look, $476,000 per month in sales this is doing, right? So, yeah, they're probably thinking, well, why do we need to update our images? We're absolutely printing cash there, doesn't matter. But you could be doing more than that, right? You could be doing 700,000 a month with that ASIN. Pull that number out of my ass, but you know what I mean. Now, if we go to their product catalog, right? So if you go here, it's a little trick. Sold by Tushy. We're then going to go down to, where are we going here? The bottom, see all products currently offered by the seller. We're going to hit that. We can then see their whole product suite. And this was interesting because some products here really stood out. I'm going to go back to these in a second. Now, if we hit X-ray, we can see here, these guys are doing $1 million a month on Amazon alone. And as I said at the start of the video, they're doing a lot more than that off of Amazon as well, right? So legit, proper brand, right? They're a big brand. That ASIN that I showed you, that's the biggest. So 476,000, that SKU rather. They then got an ultra slim toilet seat. They've got a Tushy Travel B-Day. They've got the Ottoman. They've got this doing 178,000. Let me just filter this, right? So we see here, these are all the big players. Now, what was interesting here is they're trying to have a play with subscription-based products as well as their main kind of pieces of hardware. And what that is things like bamboo toilet paper there. We have a Tushy coconut husk scrubbing pad. So that was interesting as well. So if you look at these products, these are meant to be on subscription, right? Because you're going to they have a toilet brush. Again, guys, look, 3 images. Like, this is ridiculous. They should be optimizing for Amazon. They should have at least 6 to 7 images in there. They should have a video in there. This is like pretty lazy. And unfortunately, pretty bad reviews. But what this is for is they have a uniquely designed toilet brush that you can't even tell, right, from looking at this, what this is for. But they have a toilet brush that these go on the end of. It's more eco-friendly. So it's changeable and it's replenishable, right? So you can buy 16 for $25. Or there it is, a toilet brush in the base. $50 for that bit of equipment, right? So they are actually having a foray into consumable products as well. Now, if we go back here, these kind of products, right? What I want to make this video for was because imagine when they started this brand, right? They saw an opportunity in the market and they probably were thinking, right, we can start. These guys are very skilled. Like, objectively, these guys are skilled at, I don't know their background, but their marketing skills are awesome. They've obviously optimized the site over time, but I know for a fact they've had amazing branding forever. I remember when this brand really blew up during COVID. But they were probably looking at product research, right? And they were like thinking, what can we go into? What can we disrupt as a place? And look, B-Days, toilets hadn't been disrupted in years, right? They're just standard toilets. It's the same systems around like the UK, the US. It's pretty bog standard. That was half a joke, but half I actually meant it. And they've got in there and thought, how can we apply these skills to this industry, right? So they found this opportunity, but this wasn't like people were searching for. They weren't searching for the B-Days on Amazon right back then. These guys, they generated interest through amazing marketing, through amazing content, and we keep speaking about it on this channel. But if we look over at their Instagram, for example, 116,000 followers. They have all these videos here, right? They've been doing this for years, and as you can see here, it's pretty like not graphic, but like they can't show exactly how the product works. But again, it's fun, it's casual, it's showing you exactly what's happening without showing exactly what's happening in real life. But this drove a load of brand awareness and it drove a bunch of branded search, right? So they scaled D2C. They've got their Instagram popping off. Their marketing is going absolutely amazing. They're running a ton of ads on Meta. If you go on their Facebook ad library, see here, we got actually, you know what? Only 85 results right now. So maybe I'd take that back, but there are multiple versions that they'll always be testing new ads. But they're driving a load through organic, a load through here as well. They're getting direct search to their website. But if we go onto Amazon and we type in the word Tushy at the top, we can see here that the branded search volume. So 12,600, we've got 1,700 there, 800, can't speak, 900, 476, 434. But look at this, right? We can see since the start, They actually came in, look, back in 2019. Wow, so been around a little bit longer than I thought, but 3,000 volume back then. So they were still driving branded search. They had this insane awareness spike during COVID. This is bang on when the lockdown happened. And what happened here, if any of you watching this remember, was there was a toilet roll shortage in the US, right? So this blew up, right? This is sometimes you've got to be in the right place at the right time. They were in the right place at the right time, and they sold a shitload, right? 100,000 searches for your brand is absolutely outrageous. But over time, you can see they've steadily increased. And they're still like, obviously they haven't reached that peak again, right? That hasn't been a toilet roll shortage, but their branding is working, the marketing is working. They're up to 13, currently at like 12,500 searches a month for that one product, and $1 million a month for the between the sales on the brand, right? Now, if we go to so the main keyword really is bidet toilet seat attachment. Let's see what kind of volume that has. So that's probably not the main keyword. Okay, so let's see. We'll see what comes out, right? Because it's going to be the competitors still. So these guys, Tushy, are the sponsored #1 spot. That does kind of stand out versus these because it does break the terms of service. But these guys are $215. They're actually, I'm quite surprised that these guys are trying to charge so much. Look, that's a competitor there. Look. Okay, right. So this is kind of what I was looking for here. This is the budget option of the bidet. Look, $45, $49, 23,000 reviews and 49,000 reviews. So they are selling a ton of units. Let's have a look at here and see who's see how this shakes out. So Tushy, we're doing that 476,000, and that other brand, that brand is called Inus. That is ridiculously close to the word anus for my liking. What are they called? The one that I wanted to look at. They're called Lux Bidet. So they are there. Look, they're doing $693,000 a month on that SKU. That's pretty wild, right? Now, let me just see here. Okay, so if that's correct, let me see when they launched, right? Because 2014. Wow. Okay, so they've been around a while, right? I didn't plan this video. I'll be honest. I just got excited looking at the brand. So, what my earlier estimations were these guys saw an industry that hadn't been disrupted and it's pretty boring. Now, what actually might have happened was they saw that brand who'd been in there since 2014 at 50 quid, and they were absolutely killing it. So these guys came in and they just made it way better. They made a way cooler brand. And these other guys are doing a bit more in sales, but these guys are going to be making a ton more money, right, at $120. And other products in this space that I thought were interesting, right? This is an ottoman, right? So essentially, if you don't know what this does, the graph can show you. It's going to give you a premium position for going to the bathroom, right? It's better for your look here. But I don't it's against details here, but your colon can be a bit more stretched out, right? Never thought I'd say that on YouTube either. Again, though, look at this like listing. Like this isn't very good, Tushy. Like honestly, this isn't very good. And this is doing like 40, 50K a month. But again, like do a better job, and you can kill. There's people that are searching directly for the brand, as we saw. The brand research is great. They're going to be converting people. They can charge more for that as well, because they're getting the branded search right. But like $46,000, they are still going to be ranking for a bunch of keywords on this, and they're going to get people to the brand that haven't seen it before, that are on Amazon, just searching in general for ottomans for the bathroom, for example, right? So they still could optimize, and still could do a better job. But these kind of niches, my overarching point here is like these kind of niches, this isn't what you think of, right? When you start a brand, look at these price points, by the way, look, $30, $30, $22, $29, $24, $21 compared to $50. That is the power of brand, right? It's the power of building a brand. Now, like I said, you don't go into building an e-com brand or building any kind of brand. Like people want to launch like a t-shirt brand, like a fashion house brand. They want to launch some trainers. When you're a kid, you think you're going to launch cool stuff. There is so much money in niches like this, right? Niches that aren't really seen as cool, They aren't seen as that interesting. They're not getting a bunch of eyeballs on them. That other brand that I showed you earlier, right, that's doing 600,000 a month. I bet they just had Blue Ocean for years, right? They probably had hardly any competitors because people don't realize the opportunity that's in that space. But look, this is the kind of product that can get used every single day. Everyone needs to do this, right? So you need to go to the bathroom. Some people go multiple times a day. This product has a huge use case and a huge TAM. The total addressable market for this product is every single household. That is ridiculous. It's a brand that Alex spoke about recently called Jolie, who are a shower head brand. Their TAM is every single household, every single hotel, every single gym. The guy is so smart. He picked that niche on purpose. And these guys, I'm going to guess, could have done the exact same thing. And if you are in product research phase at the moment, think about that, right? Think about niches and think about products that you use every single day, that your friends use every single day, that are in kind of boring areas, and make them fun, make them interesting. And a brand we always talk about on this channel is Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes made men's wipes for the same, right, similar space, right? They literally are wet wipes, but just with cool branding on them, right? That makes sense. Liquid Death in the water space, they've done it. There's a reason these guys do this. It works, right? It works. So think about what you can do in niches that you know about, that could be disrupted, that could be made fun, that have been maybe a bit antiquated, they haven't really changed in years, and go in there with some fresh ideas and fresh marketing, and perhaps you can build a brand like this. I'm going to show you quickly one thing with Tushy, which made me laugh. If you Google Tushy, you get this, right? So they rank there, but there's a lot of other stuff which I don't know if they messed up a little bit on that point, because perhaps some I don't know, the middle of the US and the kind of in the religious states might not like this kind of thing. But anyway, thought it was funny when I saw that. But look, these guys, they've drilled down. Essentially, it's one product to begin with. They've gone off, they've launched the Wave, they've launched the Oasis, they've launched the Aura, they've launched the Classic, they've launched the Spa. This is the same thing packaged in a different way multiple times. And one brand that springs to mind when you think of these is the brand Manscaped. These guys, right? This is a great brand as well, right? If you listen to any podcast in the US, any kind of US comedians, you would have heard of this brand for sure, right? Manscaped, they went into a space which is men's grooming, which was getting more and more popular, but there wasn't a brand. Like, men would have to go out and buy a generic like Babyliss trimmer if they want to trim their pubes or whatever, right? Can't believe I said that on YouTube as well, but whatever. They started out and they sold this, right? And what they do from now on is they look, the lawnmower it's called. They're on 5.0 at this point, right? We've got the lawnmower 3.0, lawnmower 4.0, the new one 5.0. They innovate it each time. $110 for a pretty basic trimmer that honestly you can go on Alibaba, you can find a product like this, and they branded it. Look, I've obviously done a lot of R&D. I'm sure it's great, but these guys, again, they just done the same thing that Tushy have gone. They've gone into a space which no one was really thinking about in a cool way, and they made it cool. What I'll do while I'm here, why don't we just look at Amazon? Let's see what Manscaped are doing at this point. I can't spell. Manscaped. So these guys are doing, let's see here, that they've got a bunch of products on. They've tried to jump on the name there, like Manspot. This is honestly, those guys, 5,000 bought in the last month. There is something to be said. It's a bit of a Chinese move, I'll be honest, but being similar in name / like and or branding to a popular brand that people search for, you can sometimes eat a bit of their lunch, and you haven't got to be as big as them. But like those guys there, that Manspot, they're doing, holy shit, they're doing 1.5 million a month with that. And I'm guessing they probably were inspired pretty heavily by Manscaped. But look at these guys here, at 1.7, 1 million, 144,000, 77K. They're doing an absolute fortune. So, and then another big success story of doing something like this. So look, that was a quick one. I want to jump on just to show you what you want to be thinking about when you're doing product research. There are so many different areas to find products in. If you are stuck, don't worry. You will figure it out. There are opportunities out there. If you're sitting there and thinking there's just nothing left to sell, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You are plain wrong. There are opportunities everywhere you look. If you want help finding opportunities and getting feedback on your ideas, I should have said this at the start of the video, but I am from Honest FBA on this channel that you're watching. My name is Tom. We have an ecom brand on Amazon, on Shopify, now on TikTok, and we have a community of sellers with Honest FBA where we teach people how to start their own brand and launch it across Amazon, on D2C, and on TikTok now as well. So if you are looking to join a community where you can really learn how to do the latest and greatest techniques launching brands in the UK, the US, Australia, all over the world. We have a community with hundreds of members, people living everywhere. People are having amazing success. One of our students has sold his brand last week for millions of dollars. You can see the interview for that on this channel. There's a button below. You can apply to book a call with us, and we can see if you're a good fit for the community. Now, if you want to see any other free product ideas that we have given out, watch this.